exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue.
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista, and as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an...
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to... We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced the god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Animal hypostasis emulation! I'm the right hand!
Let me weave you a verse. Know my sword!
Animal test 6308!
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Rain outlines your fate.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
I'm a rock!
Let's end this quickly!
Animal test 6308. Witness the pattern. The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian Karst. Wow, it's Madame Ping's shockwave. This granny's really strong. Squirrel, Mark 2. Eat this!
Not breaking a sweat!
Rain outlines your fate. Time to act.
Juice for slacking!
Rain cutter.
Yeah! Stand clear.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast! Oh,
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Enhanced animal module 75. Boba, get them! Yeah! Animal test 6308.
No, my sword. Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak. In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Stand clear. Enhanced animal module 75. Look at you, Bootail. I'm a rock.
No, my sword.
Boba, get them. You're toast. Animal test 6308.
Let me weave you a verse.
Absorption test. Swirl, Mark 2. Yeah! Nice and spicy.
Rain outlines your fate.
Stand clear.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning.
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a bit. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage and... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But...
Oh?
3,700 years. According to... Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as... But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead...
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see...
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing, but I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say out?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has...
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I can't.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks, although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line.
Huh? Why does that...
Weren't you frightened, dear?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their... When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the... Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aw.
You see, this is the country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no... Although their blood is weak, there is the time of contracts between gods and Liyue has...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not...
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not...
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave,
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have but how will we ensure...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't work.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti... Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but what if a child wanted to unleash the god, so he could... But we were able to handle the Overlord. Oh, and speaking of that... Paimon doesn't get it.